I saw Sonic 3 the other night, and here's my non-spoiler review. To start this off, I gotta say this trilogy and this movie, 9 out of 10. It's just so much fun. Every single movie, including this new third one, just holds up. They're all fun. For one, the movie looked fantastic. All the fight scenes and the animation and everything just looked perfect. It was so entertaining and so visually appealing on screen. Especially anything that had to do with Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow. With the four of them on screen, whether it was duking it out or not, just looked fantastic. And talking about how visually appealing it was, I have to mention any scene of Sonic versus Shadow, like we see in the trailer, that quality stays throughout the entire movie. It's smooth, it's clean, and it's just awesome. Another thing that I absolutely loved was definitely the comedy. I probably laughed the most in this movie compared to the other two. When we first saw the trailer, we had that corny joke of like, Konichi, what? That was probably like the worst joke in the movie. I'm gonna be honest, every other scene had me dying. And the two characters that highlighted the comedy the absolute most was Jim Carrey's characters, both Eggmen. I'll mention some specific jokes in my spoiler review, but for now, in general, Jim Carrey killed it. Like, of course, we know he would, but this time around, it was even better than normal. Another thing that was awesome about this movie was the storytelling. It felt emotional and it was tugging at your heartstrings throughout the whole movie. A very big emphasis on family and the ones you love and trying to keep moving forward no matter what happens. And I just love that type of story. And one thing I have to mention is the entire third act of the movie is just beautiful, amazing, fun, awesomeness. It's just perfect. Especially if you're a big Sonic fan from the games, you're gonna love that third act. But now let's bring it into some of the bad. Just like the first two movies, this movie does struggle a little bit with the human characters, but I mean, it's kind of to be expected. They're just kind of there to uplift the main cast, right? Sonic, Eggman, Tails, Knuckles, Shadow. Those are the characters we really care about. Everybody else just have a mini supporting role to emphasize them. And I think it did a good enough job, but of course, it felt like they kind of got wrote off just kind of whenever. And one thing that I feel like is a personal complaint is I wish the movie was a little bit longer. I wish we had maybe 5-10 minutes more, that I think we could have gone even more in depth on a couple different plot points of the story. Sometimes it felt like it went by a little bit too fast. Too fast, Sonic. A little bit too fast, you know, but it was still really good. But honestly, if you haven't seen this movie or the other two Sonics, I highly recommend it. They're honestly really good movies, and they announced that we're getting a fourth one. And of course, my final thing to tell you guys, non-spoiler, stay through the entire credits. All of it. All of it. Okay? Enjoy the movie.